So, welcome to Empower Obedience Training with Joy. Now, I remember the day my puppy sat on cue for the first time. There was something magical in that moment, a spark of connection, an unspoken, I trust you in their eyes. And that's what basic obedience offers us beyond the command. It builds trust, it deepens communication, and sets the tone for everything else to come. So today, we're diving into the joyful practice of teaching your puppy the foundations. It's sit, the down, leave, and the recall. And with kindness, patience, and creativity, you'll shape a puppy who listens not from fear, but from trust. So let's look into the core positions: sit, down, and leave. So these three commands are more than tricks. They're tools for everyday harmony. I always begin with a sit because it's grounding. It anchors a wiggly puppy and brings focus. And when I say it, I'm not just asking for a posture. I'm asking for attention. And when they respond, even clumsily, I celebrate it like gold. Down follows naturally. It encourages calm. It tells them it's time to relax. This command was a game changer in busy places. I drop a soft down at a cafe or park bench, and my puppy knew it was time to settle, not stir. The key is saying it once, showing the motion with your hand, and rewarding the moment they hit the ground. Then there's leave, perhaps the most life-saving of all. Whether it's a dropped medicine or a tempting fox poop on the walk, leave stops it all. I practice this indoors with low stake temptations like a sock or a piece of paper. I place it down, say leave, then redirect with a treat or a toy. If they turn away, I praise like it's the biggest achievement of the day. And what works best for me is short, happy sessions, 2 to 5 minutes, always ending on an I. I keep treats close, and yes, cheese is their favorite. But not all puppies care about food. Some want a squeaky toy, a quick game, or just a cuddle. The reward is whatever lights them up. And remember, timing is everything. The moment they get it right, mark it with joy. That's how they connect the dots. These simple words create clarity, not control. And that clarity gives both of you freedom. So let's talk about motivation that makes it stick. Because positive reinforcement isn't just about giving a treat, it's about understanding what drives your dog and using that joy to shape lasting behavior. And when I first started training, I assumed food was the only reward. But I quickly realized not every dog is food orientated. One of mine simply wanted praise along another loving tug toy. And yes, the youngest will do anything for treat. Finding what excites your puppy is the first step. Try a few options: a bit of chicken, a ball, a scratch behind the ears. Watch their body language. When their eyes light up and they lean in, you found your currency. That becomes your reward toolbox. But even more important is the emotion behind the reward. When I give a treat, I make sure I'm smiling. When I use a toy, it's not just a toss, it's a celebration. That energy amplifies the reinforcement. Puppies learn what gets them joy. And when joy is linking to a behavior, they repeat it. Keep sessions short and frequent. A few minutes after meals, a quick cue during playtime, a moment of leave as you prep dinner. Don't wait for a big session. Let training live in the day to day. Use a marker word. I say yes in a light tone every time they get it right, even before the reward. That bridges the action with the outcome. And over time, that yes becomes as powerful as the treat itself. Rotate toward rewards too. If cheese loses its thrill, which it probably won't, switch it up. Keep them curious. Training should never be a chore. It's a game, it's a dance, and it's a way to bond. And for those who say my dog just doesn't listen, I ask, have you found their joy? Because once you tap into that, obedience becomes a natural flow. So what if food doesn't work? Because not all dogs get excited by food, which is very strange, but they do. And that can feel frustrating when you've got a pouch full of treats and a puppy who couldn't care less. But it's not a dead end. It's an invitation to get creative. Start by watching what lights them up. Does your puppy go wild for a squeaky toy? Do they bounce when you clap? Maybe it's a praise or a chasing a leaf. These cues tell you what they value. With one of mine, food barely works. But the second I brought out her favorite tuck toy, her focus snapped in. So I used that. One good sit, and she got a quick game. A perfect leave, and I gave her a joyful chirp and a scratch behind the ear. Her tail wagged harder than any tree ever did. You can even build value in rewards. Start by playing with a toy after a cue, then slowly phase it out as a reward. Or pair praise with a small surprise. Over time, the praise becomes meaningful on its own. Also, try changing the setting. Some puppies aren't relaxed enough indoors or get too distracted outside. Practice in quiet corners. Lower the energy, remove pressure, and observe. And remember, your energy is half the equation. If you're rushed or irritated, they'll resist. If you're calm, curious, and kind, they'll lean in. Dogs mirror us more than we realize. Never force a reward. That only builds confusion. If food isn't a hit, it's okay. You're not failing. You're just speaking a different love language. The beauty of positive reinforcement is flexibility. It's about not about stuffing them with treats. It's about finding what makes them shine. When you train from that place, they don't just obey, they trust. So now let's look at recall that builds trust. Come is a word I want to mean joy, not panic, not pressure, just pure excitement. When I call my puppy, I want them to run to me like I'm the best part of their day. And to build that, I started small. At home, I stepped away quietly and then I'd call come in a sing-song tone. The moment they moved toward me, I'd cheer and reward. Cheese, a toy, whatever worked. That way, come was always followed by celebration. I never used come to end the fun. That's a big mistake I see often. Don't call your puppy and then clip the lead on and leave the park. That teaches them come equals the end. Instead, call them reward, then let them go again. That keeps the cue positive. Make yourself exciting. A crouch, a clap, a laugh. I become a moving party. Puppies can't resist that. And if they're hesitant, I run away instead of toward them. It sparks chase and builds momentum. Repetition is key. A few successful recalls a day. No shouting, no repeating, just clear, happy cues and instant rewards. If they don't come, go back a step. Use a lead, a long line for safety, and rebuild the trust. It's not about control, it's about connection. When your puppy comes to you because they want to, you've done more than teach a command. you've built trust, and that trust over time becomes the foundation of your bond. You stop wondering if they'll listen. You know they will, because you're their safe place. So now let's look at daily routines that reinforce the learning. Because training isn't a one-time event. It's a lifestyle. Every interaction with your puppy is a lesson. That's why I weave obedience into our daily routine. Sit before meals, down before cuddles, leave when I drop something, come when it's time for garden play. These tiny moments matter more than the big sessions. They teach your puppy that listening brings clarity and reward. It becomes part of their rhythm, not something separate. Be consistent. If sit means wait before meals one day, don't skip it the next. That consistency builds confidence. They know what to expect, and that reduces anxiety. In some situations, you need to say stay. And in some other situations, you need to use the word wait. So some people get confused with that. Sit means you are going back to them. Wait means you are going to give another command after the wait, like before meals. Yeah? So if you're using it before meals, I hate a dog jumping up with the bowl. I hate it. One of my pet hates. So I make them sit and they wait. I put the bowl down and then I usually do ready, steady, go. And they know to go. So wait means there's another command. Sit means you're going back to them. So it all depends what you want with your training, how you want your training to be. Just a quick note here, because I haven't got training on this yet, I might do. But don't use down when your dog or puppy jumps up, especially if you're using the command down when they're laying down. I use floor if they jump up. Now, if you want them to lay down when they're jumping up, that's fine. But if you're playing and they jump up, just go floor. Mine know what floor means now. Yeah, especially if they jump up. So pick your words carefully. Yeah, make them careful so that your dog understands what you're saying. Don't confuse them. Wait means there's something else coming. Sit means I'm going to come back to you. So if you're doing a sit stay, for example, you don't always have to say stay. I don't. I just say sit. And they know. And I have hand signals as well. So sit, I use my hand. And it also means wait. It means stay. And then I go back to them. And then we pray. So there's different ways of doing it. So make sure you use the right word that you need to use with your puppy. So end on a high, whether it's a 1 minute training flash or a walk in the field, finish with success. Let them feel like a winner. That memory will carry into the next cue. Avoid overdoing it. Tired puppies don't learn. Know when to pause. Celebrate progress, no matter how small. One good leave is enough. Let them rest and come back refreshed. Most of all, make training fun. Smile, be silly, let them feel your joy, because they're not just learning to obey. They're learning to be in tune with you. And this is where connection grows, not in perfection, but in presence, not in strictness, but in shared moments.